Hi everyone. I want to show you guys something really exciting that just came out on Google. It is Gemini embedded into docs, slides, and forms. So check it out. I'm going to start with a form here. I want to make a quiz for my students. I want it to be based on the information that we've gone over in class, and I want them to be able to figure out basically the different parts of an atom and how to figure out the different things they need to know about atoms. So what I'm going to do is here I am open in a new form. When you open a new form, a new pop-up box will pop up. But in case you X out of that or it doesn't pop up for you, you'll find it right here in this Help Me Create a Form button. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Help Me Create a Form. And this is my pop-up that would pop up. So I'm going to tell it here, create a quiz about the following information. Now you're going to see I am going to come here to something that I have given my students. This is a worksheet that me and my students have gone over about atomic structure, making calculations with atoms, and figuring out like atomic number and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and it's real simple. I'm going to just copy everything that it will let me copy. It doesn't have to be all of it, just as much as it will let me copy. And I'm going to come all the way down to here. All right, so I have everything here highlighted. I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and I'm going to come back to my form, and I am going to just paste it right in there. And now it's, and it's not, doesn't look great for me, but the AI knows what we're doing. Now, underneath my picture is the button here that says create. I'm going to go ahead and click on create. And when I do that, it's going to create a quiz based on all those things. And I can actually look through it really quick. Atomic structure and electron configuration. It gives me this. Yeah, looks good. What does atomic number represent? What is mass? Oh, this is all good. Complete the chart for oxygen. I want to know its atomic number and how many protons. Oh, this just looks great to me. I could keep going through and looking more. If I didn't like it, I can click this button here that says try again. But if I am ready to insert this, I'm going to go ahead and say, sorry, it's behind me again, create form. And when I click on create form, that's going to pop right here into a Google form for me. And now I have my quiz that I can go in and change up, make sure we make things required for our students. Whatever it is you normally do, you can go to settings and make it a quiz and put an answer sheet in there. Whatever it is you would normally do for a quiz, you'd have to then finish up, but it gives you a nice, good starting point for your quiz. All right, so that is Google Forms. You can make a form about anything you want using this button right here that says help me create a form. All right, the next part that I want to show you is over here in our Google Slides. So I have these slides that I've done with my students. Now, I will be honest, this is a pretty boring slide. When I go over atomic basics and I do the definitions, words and definitions, I just wanted my students to know what these were. So I just real quick here. But what we now have is one of two buttons. We have our Gemini button up here, or we have this button down here that says beautify this slide. I'm going to start with beautify this slide. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And what's going to happen is over here, Gemini, and actually the nano banana inside of Gemini, the image creator, is going to take the information that I have on this slide right here, and it's going to make it a little bit better. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward because it does take a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to after it's already created. All right, so my image is now created. So this is my new slide. I'm going to move me over here so we can see all the options we have. So I have this slide now here. When I click on the slide, it's going to give me the option to see what it would look like. And then all I have to do is click insert as a new slide or insert. I'm going to actually insert it as a new slide. And you're going to see it kept my old slide here, but it made a much better version of my slide. Now, the only thing with these, it is actually creating an image. This here is an actual image. It is not there's no text boxes or anything like that. So you can't actually do any editing, but you can come over here to Gemini on the side here, and you can ask for it to do some editing, or you can say, change the definition of protons to this, or whatever it is you want to do. You can do that. Another option that you have here in slides is simply to talk to Gemini. So I'm going to, instead of help me visualize, I'm going to just click on the button up here that says Ask Gemini, and I can do a number of different things here. I can take one of these suggested questions. I can actually ask Gemini to summarize the slide deck for me so I know what the slide deck is about, or I can ask it to create new slides for me. So create a slide that shows the different parts of an atom. And when I click on it to do that, it's going to go ahead and give me a slide that will show me the different parts of an atom. And again, it does take a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to when it is complete. Okay, my slide is now complete here, and it actually just popped up here like a little window, like a little pop-up window. And if I like it, I can hit insert. If I don't like it, I can click retry, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit insert. And I now have a brand new slide, slide number 2, that tells me the different parts of an atom. And now this time they are editable. So I can go in and edit anything that I want on this slide because I had it create a slide. For the beautify this, that's just an image. But when you have it create an actual slide, it does give you a chance to edit. Okay, so that's forms, that's slides. Now docs, we also have Gemini embedded here in docs. It is the same button. You'll find it right up here. Click on Ask Gemini, and you can ask it to do just about anything for you. I'm going to do one really quick. I'm going to say, I'm going to ask it to create a checklist of all the things I need to teach my 7th graders about atoms. Now, again, this is a checkbox for me, or checklist for me, but you could do a checklist for your students. You can create an informational text for your students. You can do really whatever you want to do, whatever you want to create, as long as it can go into a doc, it can be created. So this gives me my checklist. I want it in checkboxes, so I could actually just go back and say, make these checkboxes. So again, just having that chain prompting, telling the AI specifically what I'm looking for. So now it's given to me as checkboxes. And then when it's done at the bottom, all I have to do, I can either copy it, I can insert it straight into the document, or I can come over here and just preview it. Or if I didn't like what it did, click retry, see if it'll do something a little bit different. So when I click insert, you'll see I now have all of my checklist of all the things that I need to teach my 7th graders. All right, I imagine there's 1,000 more things that you guys can think of to do with Gemini embedded in all of our docs, forms, and slides. It is also in our sheets as well. So really all of our Google Workspace products, you will find that Gemini button. All right, guys, I hope this helps, and I hope you guys have fun playing around with it. Have a great day.